So
Understood.
Some ID on you, I can check.
Did I do anything wrong?
Yeah, because, well,
What's
like
wrong?
I said, they're very sensitive about it being...
yeah, but I'm on public property. I was just getting some
and
B-roll
also
footage.
being a pedestrian on the roadway, that's also against the law. So either way, but we want to make sure...
That's someone you should be going after.
Yeah, I will. You got some ID on you, though, so? Because I am making contact with you.
Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a superb ID refusal, and it's coming to us from the channel Viper 1 Actual. This auditor decided to conduct a First Amendment audit of the nuclear power plant located in Braidwood, Illinois. A constitutionally protected activity that usually gets people worked up for no reason, and that's exactly what happens here. An employee goes all the way to the Braidwood Police Department to make a complaint about this menacing camera, and arrives Officer Coronelli. As you can see, he has a need for ID.
Oh, and here we are. We have PD.
How you doing?
Good. You?
Hey, what's going on?
Just doing a news story real fast.
You're doing what?
A little story on the power plant with the decommissioning.
Okay.
Not sure if you were aware of that. I was doing some.
They're going to decommission it, huh?
They're doing a decommissioning thing over time, so figured I'd do a quick
Okay.
story on that real fast.
All right. Well, you can understand they're a little sensitive about everything over here. So do you
Understood.
have some ID on you? I can check.
Did I do anything wrong?
Yeah, because, well,
What's
like
wrong?
I said, they're very sensitive about it being...
yeah, but I'm on public property. I was just getting some
and
B-roll
also
footage.
being a pedestrian on the roadway, that's also against the law. So either way, but we want to make sure...
That's someone you should be going after.
Yeah, I will. You got some ID on you, though, so? Because I am making contact with you. I want to make sure you're okay, and then you can go about your business. That's all I'm going to do.
Even though I'm allowed to be doing what I'm doing?
Technically you're not. Okay? Technically you're not allowed to be where you are right now. All right? Because you're on the roadway, you're not allowed. There's no pedestrian traffic allowed on a roadway.
I didn't see a sign, so...
Well, it isn't. It's just that's the way it is. In fact, why don't you step off a little? We got a lot of stuff coming. And you're taking pictures of the nuke plant, so that's why we're interested in what's going on.
Oh, well, like I said, I'm just doing some
so if it's just
footage.
Yeah, then that's okay. Like I said, I just got an idea. Make sure you're okay. If you're telling me the truth, why don't you want to give me any identification?
Oh, I mean, I just figured I had a Fourth Amendment right. You know, First Amendment to do this, Fourth Amendment not to have to give up my ID. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And it is absolutely. And I'm not here to violate anybody's rights. Not here for that. But again, because of the sensitive nature of where we are, the fact you're on a roadway, I had somebody come to the police department and actually report you. That's why I'm here. Okay? So I'm checking you out as a suspicious person. Taking pictures of the...
Do you realize I'm not...
So why don't you...
I'm going to run with you, but I'm just going to kind of put this out here.
Okay, go ahead.
A suspicious person, is that a felony or misdemeanor? You see what I mean?
No, but it gives me probable cause to investigate why you're here and what you're doing.
Well, you could ask, but the whole ID thing, this is...
The officer ain't here to violate anyone's rights, so he says, as he attempts to violate this man's rights. You really can't make this up, folks. This auditor is right on the money here. He doesn't have to identify because he's not doing anything illegal. The officer states probable cause is what justifies his demands for this guy's ID. But he needs probable cause that a crime is being committed, which again, there isn't one.
That's what I do. I do this all the time, everywhere. I do a lot of audits.
Okay.
I'm sure your department actually pretty much knows me because I've already filed a report against one of the officers.
Who are you? I don't know you.
I'll give you my first name for right now. It's Michael, but...
I'm sorry?
Michael? I'll give you that right now, but...
How do I know who you are?
I'm just saying, your department has already been audited, and I actually have a complaint that was turned down by Todd, chief.
Okay, the chief of police.
And me and him go back, but... I'm kind of disturbed by that, but I mean... Honestly, I do this all the time, different departments, different government buildings. I've actually been out here before, and I was out here for a good hour, and nobody said a damn thing.
Okay.
Well, so I'm kind of stunned.
Again, I wasn't aware that you were here.
All right.
We had an individual who actually came to the police department.
Right on.
Contacted us, said, hey, there's a guy out there taking pictures, taking pictures. You said you were actually over there. So I came out
right on this side the
based
whole time.
on that. To check you out. You gave me a perfect explanation. Hey, it's going to be decommissioned. I'm just taking some pictures. Okay, that's legitimate.
Right.
Now that I've had contact with you, though, I do need to document that I spoke to you. That's all. That's all it is. So as far as your name, and if you say you've already made complaints and the police department's aware of you, then
Well,
why the hesitation to give me your name?
It's just my constitutional right. If if I'm not breaking the law, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well you are. You cannot be on the roadway, as I just explained to you, as a pedestrian. You are not allowed to walk on any public roadway. Okay, first of all, just let me finish.
Oh, sure, go ahead. I'm not trying to be rude.
No, you're not being rude at all. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off that way.
No.
I'm not trying to be that way.
No, we're good.
You are not allowed to be a pedestrian on a public way in the state of Illinois. You cannot walk on a highway. There is no pedestrian traffic. You're not allowed to.
Not even, can I walk on
Well, technically, part of the roadway is 15 feet from the center of the roadway over to here. When that ends, it becomes their property. So then that's private property.
That's why I'm staying here.
Basically would have to have their permission to be on the private property.
Exactly.
But that's up to them. They didn't call us. Technically, the nuke plant itself is in Will County's jurisdiction.
Right.
So I'm not worried about that. But unfortunately, this roadway is ours, and this is Braidwood's jurisdiction. So that's where I'm worried. And I'm
glad
just
you
coming to check
that
you out.
part out. Oh, we got a second.
So, but again, if you've already made a complaint. You obviously filled out your name and everything because you made a complaint for it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No. I'm still going to, do what you have. I'm still going to comply with you. I'm just, letting you know from my point of view.
Yes, sir.
I'm not trying to be argumentative.
No, sir, you are not. I'm not taking it that way.
All right, well.
I have no problems with that at all. Like I said, I just want to document that I spoke to you, explain on the call. I have to have a disposition for my computer for the call. So once I say, hey, the guy's out here just taking videos, hey, no problem, on our way. And I documented that it was you. That way, if something comes down the road, I can say, yeah, this guy, Mike was your name, correct?
Right.
I can say, hey, I saw Mike, and that was it. I have no interest in bothering you about being right here. As long as you're off the roadway and you're not causing a traffic hazard, I'm not going to bother you.
All right, but you just say that I couldn't be here because no pedestrians on the roadway.
You're not allowed on the roadway, no, sir.
So I can't even be here, though.
Well, sir, then that becomes, as I said before, what the
I just want to
legal
clear it up
definition
so I
of
know.
a roadway is. And then once you go beyond that, you then would be on their private property, and it would be up to them, and that would be up to county. It's not up to us. I wouldn't worry about it unless county called us and asked us to handle the call, and then that gives me the jurisdiction outside my jurisdiction to act as a police officer with authority. Yeah, and they have not done that.
The only reason why I'm asking is because you said I was able to still do this after we're done with this. Yeah. But I also don't want to step. If I'm allowed to be here legally on the grass, then
I just want
to clear it up.
Okay. So let me clear that up for you. Okay. As I was answering the question, you said I'm not doing anything illegal, but when you're standing right here, on the shoulder of the roadway, it is technically illegal. Yes, it is.
No, that's fine.
But I'm not here for that.
Right on. No, I just wanted to make sure that
no problem.
I want to know my legal bounds as far as if I can stand here versus there. I understand I can't be there. Then,
for safety purposes,
right
where you are right now is the best place to be and not be on the roadway.
Okay, that's what I want to clear up.
Actually, the best place for you would be over in that drive right there.
I was actually over there before.
Yeah, that's where he reported that you were.
Yeah.
So, again, that's why I'm here.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I wasn't
I'm not arguing.
Patrol and saw you. He came to the police department and said, hey, I was a little concerned with this, so that now we act. Now,
that's fine.
Okay, sir, and then we'll come down and we'll see what's going on. And if everything's cool, and all I want to do is just document that I spoke to you, and I'll be on my way. And as long as you stay off the roadway, just for safety reasons, I'm not interested in pursuing that.
All right.
Pedestrian on the roadway is not my interest today.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, I mean, if you guys want to step over here, I don't want you guys getting hit either. I'm, going to go ahead and do what
Other than us, what are you videotaping?
I'm just actually doing a documentary on the nuclear power plant. I don't know if you heard that they were decommissioning. Oh, here's the guy that flew by.
Do you have their permission?
I don't need their permission. As long as I'm in public, I don't actually have to have their permission unless I step on their property, which I'm trying to avoid. So that's why I was standing out here. It's a nice ride, though.
Illinois Compile Statutes 11, 1007. Pedestrians walking on highways. A. Except as provided in subsection E, where a sidewalk is provided and its use is practicable, it shall be unlawful for any pedestrian to walk along and upon an adjacent roadway. B. Except as provided in subsection E, where a sidewalk is not available, any pedestrian walking along and upon a highway shall walk only on a shoulder as far as practicable from the edge of the roadway. C. Except as provided in subsection E, where neither a sidewalk nor a shoulder is available, any pedestrian walking along and upon a highway shall walk as near as practicable to an outside edge of a roadway, and, if on a two-way roadway, shall walk only on the left side of the roadway. Therefore, this guy isn't actually breaking the law.
I'm Dave Coronelli, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you already got my first name there, so.
I know your name is Mike.
So let me ask you this. Because I am going to be having other auditors come out, I'm not sure about doing any more stories here.
You've
never heard of a First Amendment audit?
No.
Okay. Basically, we go around and we record police, whether it's out and about on their departments.
I got you.
So it's kind of basically a dual thing. One, the story of the decommissioned, secondly, I'm doing this. But there's a lot of other people that are going to be coming out the area, mostly to hit up Morris, because that's one of the most corrupt departments I've seen for a while. And I just want to make sure, if they're out here doing this, the ID thing, what if they were, I'm not saying I would, but if they were to refuse ID, what would be the next step at that point?
It would be depending on the circumstances. Why I was there, what kind of investigation I was doing. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the circumstances.
Versus this one.
Okay, so versus this. So let's say you say to me, hey, listen, I don't want to ID myself. I'm not going to do anything. Now we got to deal with what my sergeant's doing right now is, talking to the nuke plant, have a county come over, because technically it'll be their jurisdiction as far as the nuke plant goes and all that. Right. And then they can deal with it. You know what I mean? If you are doing something, if there is something more suspicious about you, and I feel I have to further my investigation, then maybe, the ID will be required. It depends on the circumstances.
Okay, so if I were to technically refuse my ID, even though I have it in hand, so you're telling me that I still wouldn't have to unless county came out and said yes?
Really, you don't have to. If you don't want to ID yourself, you don't have to ID yourself.
Okay, because I was actually under the impression you were about ready to say, hey, if you don't ID yourself, you can go to jail. Okay.
Right.
I mean, I'm not, I don't have warrants. I'm not, out there doing stupid shit. So I'm just trying to uphold our rights as citizens. You know what I'm saying?
And my purpose to ID you is not to determine whether you have warrants or anything.
Okay.
My purpose to ID you is to add you to the call to give a disposition. If I don't give a disposition, then my sergeant says, well, what happened on that call? So every call we get comes on a computer. Okay? It says what the situation is. I go check that call out. I have to put a disposition in. Okay? Guy's taking, he's videoing the nuke plant. Whatever. So suspicious in nature. Suspicious to normal people. Right. We don't get this all the time. We don't have people out here.
Oh, I'm sure.
Occasionally we do, but we don't. Occasionally you'll have people traveling 66 but we check everybody out. And to be honest with you, I've been doing this for 22 years. I've stopped a few people out here for this very reason, because we have to check them out, or they were parked here. Mm-hmm. Originally, as I told you before, we actually had stopped all the parking on this roadway. I've never had, everybody's always been cooperative with me, so I've never dealt with somebody who said, I don't want to give you my ID.
It's just my Fourth Amendment, you know what I mean? If I didn't actually technically, yes, you're saying I was on the roadway. No, so it's kind of like a fine line, No,
I was just trying to explain to you that yes, in fact, I could then say, okay, yeah, you're a pedestrian on the roadway. I'm gonna write you a citation, or I'm gonna give you a written warning for it. I need identification. Then you would be obstructing me. Then there would be but come on, we're not talking about crime of the century here, man. Right. So I have no interest in doing that. We just want to make sure you're legitimate. I document that I spoke to you. Hey, I talked to this guy, and he said this is what he was doing. I didn't find anything else. He's not on the roadway anymore. I advised you about being on the roadway. You're not on the roadway. That's the end of my involvement in this whole situation. Okay. So whatever you want to do, man, and it's up to you.
As long as I'm not getting arrested for not showing my ID. No, sir. Because I'm actually getting ready to leave anyway. So
I will not. You are not obstructing me. Because I have established what you're doing here. Right on. You've given me a legitimate reason for being here. I don't need to investigate it any further. Plus, you've already told me that you made a complaint. Your name is Mike. I can get your name and information through our police.
Oh yeah, probably the only complaint, really. So I'm probably one of the only complaints. At least I would hope that would be the case, but
you live around the area, or you live close by?
Somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell me that either? That's okay.
Hey,
man, I understand.
It's just, it's my right to privacy.
Absolutely.
It's not because, like I said, I'm not wanted or any of that garbage. It's just,
That's good. That's good.
Standing up for the Constitution. If I legitimately broke the law, yeah, you'd have my ID in a heartbeat.
And to be honest with you, I'd rather deal with people that aren't wanted by the law than aren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, in order to do this, you don't want to be wanted and then do this, because that's just a one-way ticket to stupidity.
Especially if you're auditing, like you said, the police. Yeah. You're filming the cops.
I've actually seen that happen, where this one guy had 16 different warrants that were all active. And I'm like, dude, why are you out auditing police departments when you're wanted?
Let's bring myself to their attention a little bit.
Yeah, here, I'm right here.
Lay low, if you know.
That's like a drunk driver saying, hey, I'm gonna go out drive drunk and I'm gonna do it right in front of you, which actually did happen in Coal City. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got that. I was like, wow, you just told the cops you're drunk and you're going to go drive.
Well, I've had a couple
Smart.
I had a one DUI where the guy told me, he said, my lawyer told me not to talk to you guys if I'm drunk and driving. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm usually
Where did you park? Or did you walk here?
Oh yeah, it was a good distance walk.
You gotta be kidding.
I didn't want to park over here because I knew it wasn't legal to park here or safe for that
technically,
matter.
Once you go past this, as I told you about the 15 feet from the center
Right.
of the roadway, so you'd be on their private property, so then they
Exactly.
could call county, and then usually if county isn't in the area, they will call us to go and handle it. Like I explained to you before, if county asks us to handle call for them, then that does give us the jurisdiction in there, you know, what they're asking us to do. So,
Yeah.
Which we help each other out. They come and help us out. It's nice having them down here.
Yeah, Will County actually knows me quite well.
Good. Good.
I've actually had a deputy call on me before, and
Okay.
Be careful.
Yep.
I wish you had like reflective.
I actually do in the car, and I was thinking about it after I got here, but I wasn't planning on being here that long.
Just stay off the roadway, okay?
All right, I'm just gonna get like a couple more minutes
Not a
footage,
problem.
like I said, and I'm
just
out.
Like I said, stay off the roadway. As long as you're not on the roadway, you're safe over here. We're all good.
All right, you guys take care, man.
While Officer Coronelli started off hot for some ID, he seems to have cooled down by the end of this interaction. The end to this video is the best example of how police should conduct themselves when they respond to a guy with a camera. While his entire behavior wasn't all that great, he changed his tone and attitude after he talked more with the auditor. Rather than taking the hostile approach every time, they should take a more calm approach and open dialogue before outright trying to violate people's rights. With that being said, major props to Viper One Actual. Make sure you all head on over to his channel, subscribe, and I will see you all over in his comments. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.